I'm here with Carrie Davis, programmer on Left 4 Dead 2. We're going to talk about Scavenge and survival mode. So what are the challenges in this game, factoring in the new infected and building these levels?
Well, when we went back to survival mode and just put the new infected in, it was suddenly insanely difficult because you were dealing with all these new factors, and instead of having 2 hunters or 2 smokers, suddenly you had a hunter and a smoker and a spitter and a charger, and it became almost impossible. So we had to go back and retune how we spawned them in and the timing of the game to sort of bring it back to a reasonable level of difficulty.
So how do the spawns work now? I remember seeing the graph that had, where everything spawns in. Are you just spawning in less, or are you spawning in just different?
It's a similar type of graph. We just had to space out how we spawn in the specials a little differently because we used to ramp them up very quickly, and we had to tone that down a bit because also the new specials tend to be really vicious. So if a charger shows up, he can destroy the team pretty quickly. So we had to make sure that we weren't overloading you with specials right at the start of the round.
Are they teaming up the same way that they do in kind of the cooperative campaign?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, great. No witches, right?
No witches in survival, no. Thank
But still
goodness.
tanks.
Yes, lots of tanks.
So are we going to get more weapons? Are we going to have the same kind of special melee weapons and special kind of like the incendiary ammo and the same stuff that we see in single player in survival?
Yeah, in survival now, actually the loadouts are a little bit larger. You'll have a lot of gas cans, a lot of propane tanks, the new melee weapons, the incendiary ammo, all that good stuff. You get a lot of things to work with, so you can set up far more complex configurations than you could in the first one.
Do you have a favorite map or a favorite kind of a plan of attack?
I really like the bus station from the Parish campaign. It's a really great place to hold out. You have high areas to stand on. You have corners to try to hide in. Although with the spitter, it doesn't work as well to hide in a corner anymore. But that one just has a lot of fun areas to fight in.
Are the survival campaigns still based around kind of the crescendo moments and the calling the horde moments in the campaigns?
Yeah. You take your time to set up, and then you push a button, and the hordes start coming. Yeah.
Well, all the crescendo moments, though, are pretty different than they have been, I think.
They are different. For survival, we've changed them back to where you push the button and you get to hold out in the one spot or in the area that you're fighting in. So you don't necessarily have to move during survival.
Unless the spitter comes.
Unless the spitter comes, then you have to move. Yes.
You're totally screwed.
Yeah.
Now, for Scavenge, is it the same? Is it kind of random? You never know what special infected they're going to be throwing at you? Or
Scavenge is more like Versus, where the specials are spawned in by the director according to the timing of the other team playing those specials. And so if you could survive for a long time as a special and get several attacks off, or you get killed right away and then you just spawn in as a different one. So it's much more like Versus in the timing. It doesn't ramp up like survival does.
And are the maps similar to? Are they the same survival maps, or are they totally different?
I think they're all in different spots. Actually, no. There's a couple maps where you can play survival and scavenge in the same area, but it was just about going through all the maps in the game and identifying the areas that made the best arena for the scavenge rounds. And we picked the very best and put those in.
I wouldn't expect you to say anything different.
Well, of course.
So what are the kind of strategies for scavenge mode? Because it seems to be really different.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of strategies you can use. The 2 main strategies people tend to use is the gas cans are scattered throughout the level. Some are close, some are far away. One technique is to grab the close ones quickly and get them in to add time to the clock so that you have more time to go get the ones that are farther out. Other teams actually like to take the initial time on the clock, run for the ones that are far away because they're harder to get them back, get them in, and then when things are starting to fall apart and your team is hurt and everybody's limping, you can get the ones that are close easier than trying to travel a long distance. And either strategy has good and bad points to it.
Which one do you like?
I like to get the ones that are far away first, because usually the team thinks you're going to get something close up, so they set up for that, and then you trick them and go a different direction.
Just play mind games against
we do a lot of that, try to fake them out. We start running in one direction, and then as soon as you hear the sound of a boomer or a hunter that has spawned in somewhere, you turn and run the other way, and then they have to chase you.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's a good strategy.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. And as a special infected, hide where you think they're going, or?
Yeah, usually you'll try to plan it like, oh, I've played this team before. I know they like to go over here first, so let's wait over there. The real trick is knowing when to spawn in. You want to wait till the last second so you know they've committed to a space. But if you wait too long, they get around the corner and now you can't spawn because you're too close or because they can see you. So then you have to run around somewhere else. So it's a real. It takes a lot of skill actually to be good at spawning as the specials.
I can imagine. It actually seems like the difficulty has been kind of ramped up across the board on this.
I would say that normal on this is maybe a little bit more difficult than normal on the first Left 4 Dead, but we still have the full range of easy to expert, so people will be able to find a difficulty that they like.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Carrie, thank you for talking to me.
Sure.
And now that I have all of your strategies, I'm definitely looking forward to playing on November 17th.
Oh, no problem, because I kept a couple things back.
Figured.